Hey guys! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in this universe. If you're listening to me from another planet, I'm so grateful that you guys are listening, commenting, subscribing, and all that stuff. And of course, if you guys want to support me further, you're welcome to do that on my Patreon link. The link is in the description below, and you can support me by giving me $1 a month, $5 a month, whatever you prefer. Okay. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about sharing our good fortune with the world. I don't know if it's necessarily an INFJ thing. I have noticed this in a lot of INFJs that I have been around, and a lot of you guys have shared this with me. I feel like it's a general tendency in the world right now that people are afraid to share their good luck or good fortunes with the people around them. I've noticed this particularly for myself, actually. I am one of the luckiest people on this planet. I know that. I think I would say I'm the luckiest person on this planet. And I have a lot of good, I have a really good life. I made it this way a lot of times as well. I've created this life for myself through my thoughts and my processes and the work that I've done. So yes, a lot of it has to do with the fact that I created it, but I also feel that I'm very lucky because I had the opportunities that I did. Instead of living and growing up in India, I grew up and lived in Canada, and that gave me a big boost and a big advantage in the fact that I could think this way and I had the opportunity to live this way. The fact that my parents were really open to the idea of me doing whatever I want with my life, and they're really not narrow-minded. They let me live my life, and they were open to whatever I was interested in, and so that obviously was a great support system. My sister and brother were exactly very supportive as well. Helped the fact that I was intelligent and I was able to do the work that I wanted to do, that I learned very fast, etc., etc. So there's a lot of advantages that I have in my life, and I'm very lucky to have those advantages. I have great friends, a great family, great support system, and I'm smart, and I have all of these talents and abilities that I can use in order to do and live the life I want. So of course, as I said, I created, but I also have a lot of luck on my side. And so I am a very lucky person, and I have an extremely amazing, awesome life, right? I mean, I live this life, and I look at myself every single day, and I look at my life. I get up in the morning, I think to myself, whoa, how did this happen? How am I actually even living this life? And how is it possible? How did I get to be so lucky? And so, of course, as I live this life and I live in this world and I look at the way I live my life, a lot of times I have this inclination, this desire to share with the world my ecstasy, my joy, my good fortune. I want to tell people, I want to shout from the rooftops that I'm so lucky. I want to tell everyone. I want to be like, oh my God, look at my life. I'm so lucky, right? So I want to shout from the rooftops. I want to jump. I want to dance. I want to scream with joy. But of course, every single time I do end up doing even a smidgen of it, I don't obviously scream from the rooftops. But even if I just end up saying, oh my God, I'm so lucky, I love my life, I'm so, so grateful, I'll notice that people around me sometimes, if they're not in the same space as me, a lot of people around me now are, which is great because I can share my joy with them and they are able to reciprocate it. But if they're not in the same space as me, which a lot of people aren't, they look at me either like I'm crazy, and they're like, well, how can you be happy? There's a lot of terrible things going on in the world. Which means that, okay, so if there are terrible things going on in the world, then I should be unhappy as well, because that actually helps the world. How does it help the world if I'm unhappy on top of everyone else being unhappy? Does it help? No. If I'm happy and if I'm contributing to the level of consciousness and happiness in the world, then that helps the world in general. And that is the way I look at it. So my being unhappy is not going to help the unhappiness in the world. My being happy is definitely going to help the unhappiness in the world. It'll help increase the vibration of the world. I think I'll do a video on that in the future. That's the way I think, at least. Anyway, so, I'll share it, and people were like, why are you happy? There's nothing to be happy about. The world is dying. There's the environment is being destroyed. The earth is dying. We don't even know if we're going to be alive in 20 years. There might be the possibility of war, etc., etc. And I'm like, yeah, cool, yeah, all of that might happen, and it'll still happen if I'm happy or if I'm not happy about it. And I'm doing the best I can with boosting up the morale of all the people that I do these videos for. And I'm doing the best I can environmentally by being vegetarian and making sure that I don't use that much plastic and things like that. So I'm doing as much as I can to negate or to alleviate whatever the suffering going on in the world. But that's all I can do. And then I'm going to take care of myself, which is taking care of my happiness. And so I take care of myself, and I am happy, and I'm ecstatically happy to be alive, even despite the fact that there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. I don't ignore them. I realize that that's all of this stuff is going on. I do whatever I can, and then I'm happy, right? And so I've noticed that, and I've noticed that not only for myself, but a lot of you guys have said the same thing, that you have this tendency to hide your joy and good fortune from the world. You have this tendency to pretend like you're unhappy around unhappy people, right? And I've noticed that I used to do that in the past as well. And a lot of my family members, a lot of people that I was around all the time were depressed all the time. They were just unhappy all the time. No matter what happened, no matter what good thing happened in their life, maybe their chemical structure is built this way. I don't know what it is, but they were always depressed. And I was always happy. And I always felt this guilt, this immense weight of guilt on me because I was happy whereas they were depressed. And no matter what I did for them, I'd teach them how to meditate, or I would cook nice foods for them, and I'd do all these things for them. No matter what I did, they were still unhappy, right? And so eventually, obviously, I realized that there's nothing I can do to change their mindset. I can teach them certain tools, but if they don't use them, then there's no point either way. And I think some people are just happy being unhappy. Some people just like being unhappy. They like feeling miserable. They like feeling depressed. They like it because it's a source of their identity now. Now they can say to people, oh yeah, I'm depressed or I'm sad, and they can get empathy for it. They can get sympathy for it. Also, they have an identity now. They have something to work upon, because before they didn't have a purpose, but now they have this purpose. I'm unhappy and this is my purpose now, right? And I've noticed this in a lot of people as well. Like, they are addicted to their state of depression and sadness. They don't want to change it. I will tell them, meditation really helped me become a happier person, or being grateful, or having a gratitude journal really helped me with that as well. So I'll give them all these tools and tips, but they don't do any of it. They're just like, no, it's not going to help me. And I'm like, well, you're not a special, unique case. You are a human being just like everyone else. If it helps me, it'll help you as well. It's the brain structure that we have is pretty much similar, and the chemical structure we have is pretty much similar as well. So if you do the things I've done to change my life, you can pretty much change your life as well. I'm not unique or any different than you in any way. So if I can change my mindset this way, then you will absolutely be able to do it as well. But they don't want to. No, it's not going to work for me. I'm a special case. I have this, that, trauma from my childhood, blah, 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 blah. And so all these stories are attached to their idea of themselves, right? But it's fine with me. If you have your stories, good, do your thing. But do not make me feel bad for being happy. Do not make me feel bad for feeling ecstatic and alive on this planet, and vital and grateful to be alive on this planet in this moment in time. I am so grateful to be alive, and so happy and ecstatic to be alive. And I've realized that I'm not going to let anyone make me feel bad for being happy anymore, right? I used to do that in the past, and I would negate myself. I would pretend like I was unhappy as well, and I would kind of go into my random mask mode where I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, everything's terrible, etc., because I couldn't be happy around these people. But now I've decided it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, cool, you're unhappy, you're depressed, cool, yeah, I'm really happy. I'm having a great time, my life is awesome, my life is perfect, etc., etc. Because I'm making it that way. I'm meditating, I'm doing all these things in order to make this life happen, right? I'm doing all these, I'm not just ecstatically happy just like that every single day. It doesn't happen automatically. I make it happen through all of the different things that I do, so all the self-care tools that I use, all of the work that I do, all the diet things that I do, all the things that I do in order to take care of myself. That's how I'm happy. So it's not an automatically thing. It actually is done. It's hard work. It's hard work to be happy. It's hard work to make this happen, right? And as I said, I always tell these people, all of these depressed people around me, yeah, you can do it as well. And I'll give them tips and tricks all the time. But usually they won't stick with it. And I find that really annoying, because I'm giving them all these tools that can really change their life for the better. And they don't do it. And I think to myself, all right, that's it, I'm done. I'm not giving you any more tools until and unless you actually take on some of the ones I've already given you and change your life in that manner. If you're addicted to your state of depression or sadness or apathy, then be addicted to it. But don't pull me down with it, or don't think that I'm going to be pulled down with it. Don't think that I'm going to be unhappy because you're unhappy. Because your state has nothing to do with me, and I'm going to be happy in front of you, even if you're looking at me like I'm an idiot or I'm crazy or how can you be happy, or even if you try to make me guilty for it or feel bad for it, I'm not going to feel that way, because this is my state right now, and I've worked really hard to get here, really extremely hard to get here, and I'm not going to let you change my state. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? And so that's why I wanted to do this video, is because I wanted to let you guys know that it is your responsibility to make your state as positive as possible, as ecstatic as possible. But it's not your responsibility to change everyone else's state. It's not your responsibility to make everyone else happy. You cannot do it. It's impossible. No matter what you do, no one else is going to be happy because of it. You can cook nice foods for them. You can do all these things. But if they're going to be unhappy and miserable, they're going to be unhappy and miserable. And finally, do not let them change your state and make you feel bad for having good fortune or having happiness within you or feeling ecstatic. Do not let them make you feel bad for it, because it's not the way you want to live in the world, right? If you want to be happy, be happy. You've made this happen for yourself. You've created this life. You've created this happiness. Then enjoy it. Don't let them make you feel bad for it. Do not let that happen. Please, please don't let them happen. Okay? I hope this makes sense to you guys. It's a really important topic to me. I notice this a lot. People are always trying to make me feel bad for who I am. And I'm refusing that anymore. I'm not going to deal with that. I just cannot deal with that shit anymore. And so if you're going to do that, either you're going to be out of my life, or I'm going to tell you that this is not going to work anymore. Okay? I hope this makes sense to you guys. I hope that I was able to explain myself articulately as much as possible. If you guys want to support me further, obviously, if you like this video or all the other videos that I've done, hundreds of videos that I've done, you can support me on Patreon. My link is in the description below. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.